I hope you're doing amazing today. It's a little bit gloomy out here today, but it feels good. Hope you guys are having an amazing Christmas season so far. In this video, I want to talk with you guys about something that might help you if you are feeling like you're in the Lord, you love the Lord, maybe you even have presence, you're relaxed, all that stuff, but now you're wondering, how do I get moving? How do I get motivated in the Lord? I don't know what to do. I don't know what direction to go. I'm ready to go where God takes me, but I don't know what to do. Now, that is something that I had been dealing with, something that I had been struggling with, because I always want to be somebody that's like moving, doing stuff, disciplined, and I'm sure that you guys want that too. But the problem is, a lot of times God's not going to come down. It's not going to come down from heaven. He's going to tell us, okay, this is exactly what I want you to do. That would be easy. If we had like a whole plan, like, okay, this is exactly what we're going to do. You would probably be able to do that. And I don't think that you're lazy right now. I don't think that you can't do stuff. Maybe you get distracted with TikTok. Maybe you get distracted with other things. But sometimes it's just the fact that we don't know exactly what we should be doing. But here's something that I think can help you. So I found 2 verses yesterday that really helped me anchor in this. And well, I found a couple of verses that helped me anchor in this. Well, okay, we'll do 3 first, and I'll do another video with some other ones that helped me. But the first 3, number 1 is going to be being able to work with all your heart towards something, knowing that you're working for God. I talked a little bit about this in another video, but this is so important, and this has just been anchoring me so well. And knowing that you're working for God, here's a powerful tweak that you can use for this to help it really just like energize you and really get you going. Knowing that we're working for God and we want to put our whole heart into what we're doing, it also says in another verse, commit thy works unto the Lord and your thoughts will be established. And then the last verse I'm going to have is, whatever your hands find to do, do it with thy might. And what that means, y'all could go look up the full versions of these. That last verse, commit, like whatever you're doing with your hands, whatever your hands find to do, commit it and do it with thy full might. And what that basically means, and also the end of the verse says that, you know, for we have things we are going to do here on earth, but we won't be able to do them forever. So we have to do them with everything that we have right now, because once we are in the grave, we cannot do stuff. Not saying that we might not be doing it in heaven, we might not be having pleasure and joy and all that stuff, but saying that right now here on earth, you have things that God has set you on here to do. And we have to do it every day with our full might, every single day that we wake up, and knowing that that's what we're trying to do, knowing that we're trying to do it all and trying to do our best with it. And what that kind of reminds me of is something called Seize the Day. If you don't know, Seize the Day is something from, or Carpe Diem, I think that's what it's called. Me and my mom watched this movie, and it's called The Dead Poet Society, and that's what they talk about, Carpe Diem. Carpe Diem is basically seizing the day, basically being able to make the most of this day and knowing that we're trying to make the most of this day. And it's not the fact that you need to do everything perfect, but it's you're trying to seize the day, giving your all and giving all your might into what God wants you to do. That doesn't mean that you can't rest. That doesn't mean you can't relax, but trying to give it all into what you think you can do today towards that stuff. So the other thing is like, okay, now what do we do? Like, how do we find something to do? And I think that's what these 2 verses that are first off help us do. So the first one is knowing that we're working for the Lord. And what I have been doing is, so you want to pair that one together with the second one, which is commit thy works unto the Lord and your thoughts will be established. And what I kind of took that as is the fact that you don't need to know exactly if it's like the perfect thing that God wants you to do. But if you commit the works that you're doing currently, saying, this is what I think you want me to do right now. This is what I think I can commit to you right now, Lord. I'm going to do this. Once you do that and you commit to the Lord, your thoughts, the actual things that are going on in your mind, are going to be established. And what that means is that he's going to start aligning it with his will. Anything that you're doing, he's going to start aligning your thoughts with his will. So it's not saying that you need to know exactly, but if you commit your works, all of a sudden you're going to start to figure out exactly where you need to be going. And I've really seen this in my freaking life, because like even a couple of days ago I had a little bit of a problem with this, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I had the option of being very stressed about it. Like, I don't know what to do today. I've already finished my videos that I needed to record. I don't know what to do today. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of like a little bit like, you get a little bit kind of stressed, I guess, because it's like, we always want to be moving. We always want to be doing something. But I was like, okay, you know, it was a fine balance between being a little bit stressed, but then also knowing that I can let go and knowing that I'm going to continue to find a way to figure it out, because God's going to lead me in that. And what I realized is once I found this verse, all of a sudden, well, I started to like tinker, because it was hard for me to like set time aside to be like, okay, I'm just going to look at some things that can help me get a little bit knowing what direction God wants me to go in. That was a little bit hard because I always want to be making these videos. I always want to be doing stuff that's seen as productive to myself, I guess. But sometimes we got to take some time aside, and the planning that we do, the planning in the future, not saying that we're not trusting God, but saying that we are taking that time aside because that still works, that we're committing to God, and it's still time that is actually being able to help us get what we need to get done here on earth. As long as we committed to Him, He's going to establish our thoughts. And I honestly just went to Him and I started saying, like, God, please help me with this stuff. I don't know where to go from here. Please help me, like, figure out what to do when I'm not doing these videos. And all of a sudden I find this stuff. All of a sudden I dove into that. He established my thoughts into this stuff, into His word. And now I'm better than ever with being able to work every day. That's the crazy part. I'm more motivated. I'm more excited. And one of the things that you can do is with the first verse, knowing that we're working for the Lord, what you can do is in the morning, what I've literally been doing is simply just going in the morning and talking to God about what I plan to do for the day. Not saying that you're always going to know, but hey, I want to plan to do this for you, and I think this can help. Please establish my thoughts, and please, I'm going to commit my works to you today. And then I do that at the end of the night too. I try to talk with Him about, I've been trying to talk with Him about, like, okay, this is what I've done for the day. This is why I think, like, I'm trying to do this for you. Oh my gosh, it's raining out here. But it's really good because it gets me excited. And every time I've been, like, slacking off, maybe I'm looking at TikTok a little bit longer than I should, I'm remembering I'm working for the Lord. I'm working for the Lord. I'm working for the Lord. And that's going to slap you back into getting into it because you're knowing that you're working for the Lord, not with anybody else. So just remember these 3 verses, that you are working for the Lord and to do your work with all your might, whatever it might be. You might not have the perfect thing, the most efficient thing right now, but do it with all of your heart, and to commit thy works unto the Lord, for He will establish your thoughts. And then thirdly, whatever your hands find to do today, commit to it with thy might. And knowing that we need to seize the day, carpe diem today. I love you guys. It is raining out here, but I hope you guys are able to do some things that are great for the Lord today. Let me know down in the comments below what you plan to give to the Lord today and how you plan to work for Him. Love you guys. Peace.